You're welcome to Web Technologies. We'll be talking about Introduction to Laravel, in which we'll be looking at Laravel for beginners. The first tutorial in this module is the Laravel setup, in which we'll be setting up Laravel on the Linux operating system using Ubuntu. You're set to level up your skills with Laravel, so let's get started. We're going to visit laravel.com, the documentation page, which is right over here on the screen. We're going to go through the installation guide, and we have two ways to install Laravel. We will opt for the simplest approach. First of all, you need to be sure that you have the necessary requirements, which is the PHP greater than 5.6.4 or the same version, so you can actually install the PHP of higher version or of this particular version. Don't install any PHP lower than 5.6.4. As well, you need other extensions like the OpenSSL, the PDO, the MB string, the tokenizer, XML, and some other extensions needed. For you to verify that PHP is running on your machine, you launch the terminals, which is also the command prompt. In the terminal, you type in the PHP version just this way to confirm if PHP is actually running on the machine. While looking at this, we know PHP 7.0.13 is running on this Ubuntu machine. Let's clear that up. Let's minimize this. Afterwards, we're going to install Composure. Composure is the bedrock of PHP development, so we actually need Composure to install this particular application. I click on Composure. I won't like it to load in a new tab. Well, we have Composure. This is the dependency manager for PHP. Click on Getting Started. Now we're going to install Composure globally in our Linux operating system. So if you are using Windows, I have a tutorial for Windows setup of Laravel. So let's proceed with the globally install process. So you can place the Composure file anywhere you wish. You will need the download page instruction for you to actually do that. So after running the installer, following the download page instruction, so let's go to the download page instructions to actually get the instruction of what next to do. We're going to run this in the terminal to get the latest Composure version. Let's pick it one after the other. So we're going to copy this out so that we run this globally. Copy it out, you come to the command prompt, you paste up right there, you click on enter. So you have that set. We're going to pick up the hash file, copy it out, go to your command, paste that. Installer verified. Afterwards, we'll pick up the setup because we need to set up the Composer. Copy that out as well. Come back to your CMD. You paste it on the terminal. Now, all settings correct for using Composer. So it's going to download the Composer setup. So you now have Composer version 1.3.1 successfully installed to the home directory of this particular machine. So afterwards, we have the last setup where we get to unlink Composer. Let's get to do that. Paste it right there. That's cool. So for us to be able to take heed of the full functionality of Composer, we'll need to actually point it to the path in your machine. So we get back to, so after running the installer, you can run this to move composer.phar to a directory that is in your path, which is either you move it to the bin, which is the Composer. Let's get to do this. So we're going to move it to the user, the local, the bin, Composer. So let's get to do that. Paste this right there. Whoa, we need a permission. So let's use a sudo to actually make it happen. Since we need a permission right there, give your that's cool. It has actually moved Composer. Let me bring my terminal to the center of the page. So it has actually moved Composer to the path where it can be called globally. That's what that has actually done. So from here we need to just type in Composer to get to call Composer. Can you see this? So your machine should actually flow in this direction, where you can use the Composer, get the version, get the profile plugins, and get some other functionality right there in the Composer. So after doing this, we need to download the Laravel installer using Composer. So at this point, we move further, go back to our installation. Now we get to the step further, whereby we need to call on Laravel from the Composer. So we're going to be installing a Laravel project using the Composer create project. So we're going to run this command, paste. We have the Composer create project, prefer and distribution, Laravel /Laravel, followed by the name of the project. This is actually going to sit in the home directory of this particular Linux machine. So I'm going to name it new project, the name of the project folder rather. Click on enter. It's actually going to first of all check if Laravel is installed. If not, it is going to install it. But if Laravel is installed, it's going to pick it from the cache. Afterwards, it's going to download different packages that are useful in the course of the application, Bootstrap, YARL. It's going to download lots of dependencies which will be compiled together to form the full structure of a Laravel project. So we're going to exercise little patience here for the internet, for the command to download those files from the internet, so that it's going to be actually set and ready to use. It has been set successfully. We call the application key, which are from base 64, if you can notice this. So we have actually installed a lot of dependencies and packages here. The MD string, debug console, CSS selector, routing process, HTTP foundation, event dispatcher, HTTP kernel, Swift mailer, translation, and so on. These are packages needed in the course of the Laravel structure. So I'll be going straight to the folder of this application, which is sitting in the home directory. Let's get to look at the home directory. Computer, home. You actually get the new project. Can you see this? This is the new project. So this is the structure of the Laravel, where we have the app, bootstrap, config, database, public, resources, routes, storage, test, vendor. These are all necessary folders. So you have to open these with a dedicated IDE. I'll be using bracket.io to actually open this out. Let me pick all the applications. I need brackets. Actually use bracket to open this. Let's see if it's going to. Okay, I'll still need. Let me open it right from the bracket environment, file, open folder. I'm going to go to the file, which is new project. Can you see it over here? And I'll open it up. That's cool. Take this off. That's the brackets health report. Take this off. Now we have the structure, the app, the bootstrap, config, database, public, resources, routes, storage, test, vendor, the composer.json. Let's get to look at the composer.json file. Now can you see it there? So this is the IDE that we'll be using going further in this modules. I still have a lot of modules to take you guys. There's a beginner series which is very, very useful for newbies that is still new to Laravel, or is trying to up his skills in Laravel. A lot of bumper packages are right in stock, and they'll be coming in batches. So I will implore you to stick with web technologies. Don't go to anywhere. Stay tuned to the channel. It's very useful. It's for your learning, and you're going to get a lot out of this. Thank you very much for hanging out with me throughout this session. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.